5, I want to show you this, that in these cities of these Greek cities that we read about in the letters of Paul, that these were Israelites in these places. Acts chapter 2, read verse 5, then jump down to verse 9 through 11.
Acts chapter 2 and verse 5.
Get ready to pull up those school account images. Go ahead.
And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven.
Now jump down to verse 9. Jews out of every nation. Why were they in every nation? They've been scattered, like Peter said. Peter know better than you do, damn Christians. He know who he's talking to in Galatia. Jews, Israelites. Jump down to verse 9.
Verse 9. Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia, in Pontus and Asia.
Asia is Europe. Asia is Europe. Go ahead.
Phrygia and Pamphylia, in Egypt and in parts of Libya about Cyrene.
North Africa. Go ahead.
And strangers of Rome.
Greek city. Greek country. Go ahead.
Jews and proselytes. Cretes and Arabians.
Cretes is what? Greek islands surrounding those areas of Rome and all of these other places, or Italy. Read on.
We do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of God.
We hear them speak in our language about God. That lets you know that they had what? They had become strangers even to their own language. They didn't even know it anymore. That God had to speak to them in the language that they understood. The same way he speaks to us now in the language we understood. We understand. Why? Because he remembers us. He has mercy and compassion on us. He will not force us to speak a language that we are estranged from over thousands of years. He said, no, I'm going to be merciful because I remember you still, and I'm going to speak to you in the language you understand, whether it be Spanish or Creole or English or Twi, wherever you are, I'm going to speak to you in that language because he got mercy on us. From the tribe of Ephraim to the tribe of Judah to all 12 tribes. Pull up that image. Okay, so look at this. We see where we reading about Galatia, right? Now, I want you to go back to, even in Acts chapter 2, verse 5. Read Acts chapter 2, verse 5 again.
Acts chapter 2 and verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven.
Out of every nation under heaven. Now watch it be named some of the nations. Go ahead. Zoom in some if you can. Go ahead. Read.
Parthians. And Medes.
We know those as East Indians, right? Go ahead.
And Elamites.
Elamites is also East India. Go ahead.
And the dwellers in Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia is Babylon. That's right there where it's cut off at. Go ahead.
And in Judea.
In Judea is in what? Jerusalem. It's Judah. Go ahead.
And Cappadocia.
Cappadocia. We see that right there. Cappadocia. Go ahead.
In Pontus.
Pontus is, do we see this on here? Pontus is at the top. Go ahead.
And Asia.
Asia is all of that right there. Go ahead.
Phrygia.
Where's Phrygia? Phrygia, right there. Those is Jews in that area. Go ahead.
And Pamphylia.
Do we see Pamphylia on there? Pamphylia is on there. Go ahead.
In Egypt.
We already know Egypt's a whole country right next to Israel. Go ahead.
And in the parts of Libya.
In Libya's North Africa.
About Cyrene.
Cyrene is North Africa. Go ahead.
And strangers of Rome. Jews and proselytes.
Rome is that Thrace area up there. Go ahead.
Cretes and Arabians.
So he just named it. Now, hold that right there and go back to 1 Peter chapter 1. And let's read verse 1 again and see if these names on here match up with what Peter called the scattered, the strangers, the elect. Pull it back up And let's read it.
1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus.
Scattered throughout Pontus. Go ahead.
Galatia.
Through Galatia.
Cappadocia. Asia.
Asia's that whole part is naming the same place that we talked about in Acts 2, right? Keep reading.
And Bithynia.
Bithynia. Where's Bithynia? Do we see that on Bithynia? Now read verse 2.
Elect according to the foreknowledge of God the Father.
They are the elect of God. Those are Jews out of every nation under heaven that came from that area. Now we understand who we're talking to in Galatians. Now let's go back to Galatians chapter 1, and we'll read 1 and verse 2, and then we'll cut it. Galatians 2, and then we'll cut it. Galatians chapter 3, let's read verse 1.
Galatians chapter 3 and verse 1. O foolish Galatians, who hath bewitched you, that ye should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Jesus Christ hath been evidently set forth, crucified among you.
Why would he say that? Because just the same way that we have pathetics today coming in trying to turn you away from the truth of Jesus the Christ is the same thing that Paul was facing in his times.